G'day ladies and gents, and welcome back to DCS World with Mags, and welcome to the Persian Gulf in the UH-1 Huey. This time in US Navy markings, mainly because I don't have access to a Seahawk that I could actually use. Anyways, today's mission might be a little bit spicy. I originally started creating this mission as an F-18 mission, before some of the more recent events that have been taking place in the Strait of Hormuz did actually take place. So I dialed it back to a helicopter mission. I figured a helicopter mission with small boats would probably be more appropriate, at least until about 16 hours ago, or 16 hours prior to recording this section of video, about a day after I actually flew the mission, when there was another incident, this time involving small boats. I'm not bloody changing the mission again. We're just going to roll with it as is, and it's actually a pretty good mission. I've really enjoyed flying this one. I've really enjoyed building this one. It worked out really well. Anyways, the situation report for this particular mission. 2 tankers belonging to an allied Western nation have been attacked in the Strait of Hormuz. The exact nature of this attack is currently unknown. The ships are currently disabled and adrift relatively close to one another, and they are currently on fire. Adding to this, immediately after the attack, a number of small boats originating from Iran encircled the ships and started making attempts to board. Now, up until this point, the crews of the disabled ships have managed to prevent any boarding and are managing to keep the fires under control. But these armed fast boats are preventing any civilian aircraft or civilian shipping from assisting the disabled vessels. Now, to make things a little bit more complex, the US has of course accused Iran of triggering the attack. Iran has claimed no knowledge of the attack and that the boats do not belong to them and must belong to the US. And in order to assist the disabled vessels, Iran is currently sending a destroyer to their location, and the US is currently sending a cruiser to their location, both due to arrive within the next 30 minutes. US and Iranian diplomats are currently trying to come to some kind of a resolution over all of this. However, about 10 minutes ago, the cruiser and the destroyer got to within direct fire weapons range of one another. Currently, they are not shooting at one another, but who knows how long that's going to last. So, today we're flying out as a 2-ship group of US Marine Corps UH-1 helicopters. Now, we have a very specific mission. The fast boats that are currently surrounding the disabled tankers are actually the key problem here. They're preventing any kind of civilian or non-military assistance being provided to these vessels. The US claims they're not theirs, Iran claims they're not theirs, nobody owns them, so it's open season. Our Hueys have deliberately not been fit with rockets or anything that could be perceived as a threat against the destroyer that is currently approaching in, but we do have twin miniguns in the door gunner's positions on both helos, and our mission is to simply go in and hose the crap out of all of the fast boats that are in the area, clearing them completely away from the tankers. Civilian medical helicopters and transport helicopters equipped with naval-based firefighting teams are already on standby, ready to go. As soon as we have cleared the boats out, they will be rushing to these tankers to provide firefighting assistance and medevac where needed. Oh, both Emirates, the United States and Iran also have active fighters and attackers operating in the area down both sides of the Strait of Hormuz at this point. Yeah, you can already sort of see that this mission is meant to go not quite to plan. Anyways, as much as flying over this beautiful section of islands just on the northern point of Emirates, well, it really is beautiful and quite fun to do. I really need to build a mission based in here actually at some point. But we are going to jump a little bit further ahead to just after we've cleared the coastline for Emirates, and we are on our approach towards the tankers themselves. I hope you enjoy. Should be about 6 miles out to target from here. No Visual in the boats. Yeah, the fast boats operate at different speeds and they essentially endlessly patrol, so I'm not entirely sure where to go. So exactly where they'll be inside of their patrols. And of course, US and Iranian negotiations have just broken down. Things are about to get a little rough out there. It's alright, I have miniguns, I'll take on every bastard. Alright, so we've got about a 8 to 10 meter a second wind coming from the north-northwest, roughly. So we're going to make our first pass around the north side of these tankers, so around the left-hand side of them in the direction that we are heading at the moment. That'll keep the smoke from their fires out of our faces and should keep the gun smoke clear as we're making our attacks. Good. We actually should be pretty much close enough to see the Iranian ship at this point. I'm thinking that might, maybe, be it, just on the other side. We'll find out soon enough. About 90 knots. 500 feet. Stable around 500. It's a good altitude for engaging with the M163. So I think the M163 is the call for the miniguns. Uh-oh. Looks like the cruiser is beginning to engage the Iranian destroyer, which of course means the destroyer is going to be engaging the cruiser and everybody else at this point, so we should... Actually, I haven't seen that before. That's a shockwave of its weapons firing. It must be lobbing shells down range towards the cruiser. Regardless, we should probably hit our targets and get the hell out of here, because it is still heading this way. Speaking of which, that is tracer fire. Whoa. Alright, shots incoming. Looks like, yeah, I'm seeing two streams of red tracers, so we are engaged. Return fire, and the second Huey is also engaged. Missile launch. At least it's not surface to air. If it was, we'd already be dead. That has to be a cruise missile. What the frig is it firing on that way? And tracers have stopped out of the right-hand side guns. Looks like those poor tankers got the shit kicked out of them. I didn't actually tell the AI to engage those tankers at all. They're supposed to just be sitting there in the middle of the battle. Jesus, it's still going. Or is that... No, that can't be... They're too big. Yeah, no, that's not minigun fire. That is shells. That has to be shells coming off the destroyer. The destroyer is engaging both tankers as well. Well, that's bloody spectacular. Both of those tankers are proper fucked. And it looks like the destroyer is still firing missiles at this point. Still not entirely sure what the hell he's firing him at. There's nothing. Nothing at all directly to the west. The American cruiser's coming up from the south. Whoa, shit. Well, it looks like the American cruiser has just got involved in the fight. Yeah, we can see the smoke from its missile launches all the way from here. There's another impact. Iran's not going to be happy. Oh. Hello, Mirages. Landing time. The UN observer on board the Chosin has requested that we land and collect him for transport back to the sub. So, we need to go to the US cruiser that just flattened that destroyer. Which thankfully we know exactly where it is due to those lovely missile launch trails that we just got to look at. Guys, still engaging the see a fast boat. Maybe a couple of fast boats. Yep, that is definitely a fast boat. Green Tracer. Give him the portside guns this time. It's no Gal 8, but it still makes me smile. And that looks like that may be about it. Okay, so I know where one of the cruise missiles went, but I have no idea what the hell they shot over there. Unless they shot one of the ships at the emergency helicopter base that I had set up for the civilian helos. Well, I never expected that to happen. I have to admit that I am a little nervous about this. I haven't landed on a destroyer or a cruiser or any kind of moving ship in at least 6 months. So I'm not even sure if I've landed on the new cruisers. Because I'm pretty sure this is a new cruiser. I don't recall seeing this in the game, at least not until not that long ago. I don't think I've ever bothered trying to land on it. I normally just land on the Perrys. Deck is actually a bit towards the midships. Feet. Still fast. A little bit too fast here. Don't do that. No, we're below the deck, Alright, that's alright. Stabilize just offside. Just bring her over the barricades from the side. Pretty close. And yeah, that'll do. Looks like we're a little too far to the stern of the pad, but not bad. Okay, so we've been on pad long enough now that I think we can assume that our UN official is on board. Let's get our doors sealed up and then it's time to go, because I happen to know that there's some Iranian attack aircraft coming in at the moment. Alright. We're going to exit over the left-hand side because we've been drifting on the deck that way a little anyway. There it is. No rolling forward, just over the side of the barricades. Excellent. That's not a horrible looking ship though, huh? Not horrible looking at all. Definitely fun to have in missions too. I need to do more missions using the ships as more than just escorts for the escorts to the carrier. I'd kill for some new Bluefall helicopters so that I could actually, you know, build some more complex naval missions. But anyways, that is our job here done, so our next stop is back at Kasab. All we've got to do is get the hell out of here before anything goes wrong. And this area is about to turn into a bit of a firefight between F-18s and Su-25Ts and MiG-29As, so let's not be here. Actually, speaking of which, that looks like surface-to-air missile launchers. Come around. Yep, that is smoke trails from surface-to-air missile launchers. Looks like Iranian fighters and attackers are within range of the ship, so how about we... yeah, let's not be here. Alright, ladies and gents, so welcome back to the post commentary, and we are back at Kasab and getting ready to land. So as you can see, this is a fun little mission that was designed to be, sort of put you in the position of a massive event that you actually had very little control over what was going to happen, other than just to complete your small portion of it and get the hell out while everybody else was doing their stuff. The enemy fighters have no restrictions on shooting your aircraft if they actually make it close enough to the cruiser and manage to spot you. They're more than happy to lob a couple of missiles in your general direction and take you out if you just take too long loitering around. The same goes with the destroyer. If you fly over the top of the two transports that have been attacked and head straight in on the Iranian destroyer, it will engage you with its anti-aircraft guns. Anyways, in this particular case, the flight back to Kasab was pretty much uneventful. The landing was a little bit complicated. I didn't actually expect this to happen either. My original intention was to land at exactly the same position that I took off from. However, a couple of the F-18 Hornets that were part of one of the patrol groups decided that they wanted to RTB and come to Kasab as a base. And of all the places that they decided to park, the bastard had to decide to do a couple of laps around the area before parking in the exact spot that I took off from at the start of this mission. So landing there was clearly not going to be a thing, and landing at any of these parking spaces is actually a particularly bad idea, because if one Hornet's come back here, they're probably all going to, and there should be 4 of them. That's just going to cause collisions on the ground, but these parking spaces up the end, which are designed for medium-sized aircraft about the size of a C-130, they are not considered part of the automatic parking spaces for the AI aircraft. So I can put the helicopter down there. It's not where I took off from, but it'll do perfectly fine. Anyways, ladies and gents, I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you very much for watching. As I said, a little bit spicy with some of the real-world events that have been going on, but I hope it worked out sufficiently different, and I hope it was entertaining to watch. Now, I am probably going to make this mission available in the mission building channel on my Discord server, so if you're interested in it and you're on my Discord, that's the channel you need to peek in to find it. If you're not on my Discord, now's the time to jump in, and again, check out the mission building channel. You'll probably find this mission, and you'll find a whole assortment of other missions from previous flyouts. Anyways, guys, until next time, remember to click that like button if you do, share and subscribe if you want to see more, and as always, fly smart, fly safe, and I'll catch you in the skies.